Hey, welcome back to Math Tutoring Live, step by step. I wanted to conclude with this third video on exponents, which we're going to talk about multiplying here in a moment. But I wanted to make sure that I included the understanding that you cannot add or subtract not like terms, right? And this is an example of terms that are not like terms. You absolutely cannot add these two terms. Why? Because they don't have the same exponent. One's an x, one's a y, and they do not have the same power exponents. One is 2 and the other is 3. I wanted to make sure I had that included in this next video. So hey, let's talk about multiplying rules, okay? Your exponents you add, right? So when you multiply, you add those exponents. And let's take a look at the rules and some examples. So it's okay to multiply exponents with like terms or non-like terms. It's okay. When you multiply the terms, they can be like terms or they could be not like terms. It's a-okay. You can only add or subtract terms that are like terms. But when you multiply or divide, it's absolutely okay to multiply with terms that are not like terms, right? When the bases are the same, they remain the same in your solution or your answer. Let's look at some examples, right? Number 1, 1x to the first power times 3x to the third power. Now, as you can see, we have the same variables, but the exponents are not the same. All right, so it's okay, though. We can multiply these terms. Remember, the rule is you add the exponents. So what is 1 times 3? It's 3. And then you add these exponents up here. 1 plus 3 is 4. So again, 1 times 3 is 3. 1 plus 3 is 4. So your answer is going to be, as you see here, 3x to the fourth power. We multiply 3 times 1. We keep that x, so it's 3x. And then we just add the exponents. 3 plus the invisible 1 is the fourth power. So this problem, 1x to the first power times 3x cubed, the answer is 3x to the fourth power. Okay, let's take a look at some other examples. Problem number 2. We have 1y to the invisible 1 exponential power times 1y to the invisible exponential power. So we're just going to multiply these coefficient invisible ones. What's 1 times 1? Yeah, it's 1y. So you can keep it a 1, keep it an invisible 1, or just keep it y. And remember, when you multiply, you have to add these exponents. They're both invisible. Make sure you show them. 1 plus 1 is 2. So y times y is y squared, or 1y squared. It means the exact same thing. Let's go ahead and take a look at problem number 3. So here you can see we have the same base, 3 times 3. So when the base is the same, just like the y's, just like the x, you keep the base the same. So in our answer, we're going to have the answer of 3. 3 times 3. So 3 to the first power times 3 to the fourth power. All you're going to do, as you see in this step here, is you're going to add the exponents and keep the base the same. Since 3 and 3 is the same base, in our answer it's just going to be 3. 1 plus 4 is to the fifth power. Now, if the bases were not the same, you would just multiply them. But since they are the same, you keep the base the same. Okay, so 3 to the fifth power is our answer. Problem number 4. Let's take a look at this problem here. We have z to the third power times 2 to the second power. Now, those are not like terms, but that's okay. Because when you multiply or divide, you can have values that are not like terms. Okay, you add the exponents. So here you might be asking, well, what am I going to multiply that 2 times? Hey, what's in front of that z? What's in front of that z? Remember, I showed it a little bit earlier. You can see it with the y. You can see it with the 1x. Let's show that invisible 1 here in this next step. All right? So in this next step, you can see there's an invisible 1 in front of that z, the coefficient. Okay, so we're multiplying. What's 2 times 1? 2. We keep the z, so 2z. That's 2 to the second power and z to the third power. Now, because they are not like terms, you're not going to add these exponents, but you can multiply 2 times 1 to get 2z, and that exponent will stay with the 2, and that 3 will stay with the z. Okay? Hey, remember, you can look up on the internet many different practice problems with answers. Of course, you want to type in multiplying exponents, practice problems with answers. Many, many, many different options can pop up for you, but please make sure you check those answers. All right, math is easy, step by step.